We are 5 Alive. I'm Bobby T.
I'm Martin.
And I'm Crza.
And today we're talking E3 and all the excitement that it brings.
I am so excited!
Well, can you please hide it? Lots of stuff happened this year, guys.
Yes, crazy E3. Nintendo came back.
Really excited for Nintendo. I gotta tell you, I'm a Nintendo mark, so...
Yeah.
Anyways,
well, hey, the Xbox and they're really only announcing games more than anything.
Yeah, well,
Nintendo's got a little more going on. So
Microsoft showed off their new console, which will be out in November. The
One X.
Yeah, the One X. PS3 or Sony showed a bunch of new games, including some more VR stuff. So yeah, it was a very, very good show.
So, Crza, what are you thinking? What are you most excited for?
I'm most excited for Wolfenstein. I was a huge fan of the New Order and the Old Blood. It's one of my favorite games, or favorite, I guess, series on the next-gen consoles. I think it's criminally underrated. A lot of people didn't give it a chance, so I'm definitely excited that they're making a sequel to that. I actually really like Bethesda's showing in general, because every game that they showed off at E3 is coming out this year.
Yeah, E3 was a lot of coming next year, in the future sometime.
Instant results.
Yeah, Bethesda's is usually very, very good about that, where the stuff they show is almost completely finished or nearly there.
Yeah, it's
so
stuff, it's stuff that's coming out this year, so it's not anything that is going to get buried. We can keep the hype alive and remain excited about it, and keep that excitement level going. Versus something like Sea of Thieves or some of the other stuff that got pushed back, like even Far Cry 5 is not coming out until next year.
Right.
Sea of Thieves looked great, and a lot of people are excited for it, but there's no date yet for it.
Yeah, there's no date. It's some nebulous future.
Just E3 promises.
Yeah,
even Nintendo did it with Metroid.
Yep.
They just showed a Metroid banner.
Yeah, just throw it up there and everyone goes crazy.
Yeah, everyone went nuts for it. Yeah.
One hell of a JPEG. Huh?
Yeah. But there was some stuff that is coming out this year that I'm super looking forward to. Middle-earth: Shadow of War, which is the sequel to...
Absolutely excited for that one.
Which is a sequel to Shadows of Mordor, which was great. This one is a lot more battle-focused. You actually have an army that you take care of, and that's how you you're trying to basically raise an army to take on Sauron's army.
Ooh. So,
very, very look forward to that. There's also Cuphead, which is a Xbox One exclusive. It's a mix between a hardcore shooter, 2D shooter,
boss brawler,
and a 1920s cartoon.
Oh.
Yeah,
wow.
It is amazing.
I like that. That sounds good.
If you've not seen anything for Cuphead, please watch the trailer. It is fantastic. I cannot wait for it.
So, I think for me, I'm primarily most excited about Nintendo, no joke. So I think we should go company by company and just kind of go through some of their high spots.
Sounds good.
Say if we're excited, not excited, and if you agree or disagree, tell us in the comments.
Yeah. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, and also let us know at 5AliveVP on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
And also by subscribing, we're doing a lot more live episodes now. So you'll get the notifications for those live episodes. And during those, we're going to be doing openings, talking about stuff like E3, WWE events, any kind of big things that are happening in the world of nerd. Also possibly doing some giveaways. So we'll see what we have coming up in the future.
Some more unboxing, stuff like that.
But yeah, subscribe, and that would be the way to get all that. So starting with Nintendo, we were just talking about Metroid Prime. Really all I got was a logo.
Yeah. That's all you got. And
we got
people still cream their jeans.
Absolutely went nuts for it.
Well, same thing last year.
I hate everyone.
It's the same thing last year with Kingdom Hearts. They showed a Kingdom Hearts 3 thing, and everybody went insane.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, there's no...
Well, then I guess the thing that we know then is heading to being coming out first, I believe, would probably be the Metroid Samus Returns for the 3DS.
Yes.
I think that's going to be more solid.
Yeah. Well, they actually showed gameplay.
Yeah. the Metroid 4 that's just floating out
Exactly.
there.
With the Nintendo, I'm actually looking forward to that weird Mario Rayman cross thing that they're doing, the Kingdom.
The Raven
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's like an RTS strategy type game.
Ooh, I like that.
With a cross between.
I'm a huge fan of like Halo Wars and StarCraft, so that kind of speaks right to me.
It's going to be similar to that kind of style, and it's a mix. It's basically the Rayman, the Raving Rabbids characters in the Mario world, but in a strategy setting.
That sounds awesome.
So it's called Mario and Rabbids Battle Kingdom.
Yes.
Oh, that's excellent. So that's going to be great too, because I think that the tablet format that you get with the Switch really is going to play into that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great tactical RPG, RTS style.
That sounds awesome. All right, so the one thing I'm most excited for, I'm a huge fan of Pokemon. I've been playing it since the beginning. I was a gym trainer at the KB way back when they did that promotion. I was always into it. So every time we get new news on Pokemon, totally pumped. And in this case, it's going to be a mainline Pokemon game, not some kind of gimmicky, off-script Pokemon coming to the Switch.
Yes.
And this makes me want to buy what is originally called the Zelda machine, is now, for me, the Pokemon machine.
There you go.
Any thoughts on Pokemon, or are you guys just pretty much dry
I really
on
couldn't
that?
care less.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Pokemon guy. My niece is, though, so I try to stay up on it because she's super into it, so I try to, cater to her interests. But Pokemon on the Switch, that might get me into the genre. Because, see, I never had a 3DS. Well, that's not true. I've owned a 3DS, but I was never really a big handheld gamer. So maybe with the Switch being able to do both, that might get me into that game.
Yeah.
My son started watching Pokemon, and he has a Pikachu watch, but he's only 5, so
No.
it's not really,
He's an idiot and doesn't know anything.
it's not nice at all.
Well, it's the truth. I mean, let me throw down some long division in front of him, and let's see who's talking. You know what I'm saying?
Can you do
I'm winning
long
that
division?
one. No, probably not. I haven't done it in a really long time. He might actually beat me there.
There
But
you go.
I think I could tie my shoes faster.
Well, yes. Congratulations.
You're smarter than Martin's kid.
A win is a win, and I'm going to take it where I get it. Which moves us on to Super Mario Odyssey. I'm excited. It got a solid release date of October 27th. I think we're actually looking at something. I'm a Mario fan, again, so...
I like the whole thing with the Switch is I think they're going to fall into the same hole that they fall into in the last 3 generations. Exactly. Where's the third-party support?
None.
There is none. It's
Yeah.
Ubi,
Yep.
which it's always been Ubi.
It's going to always
And
be.
a little bit of EA.
Occasionally. I mean,
they
you need
did
your sports
announce
games.
Madden. They did announce that they're doing the WWE game for it.
I
so
think
that's
Madden
good.
on Switch sounds like
Yeah.
a really good idea with the
But
tablet interface.
well, that's the problem, and this has always been the problem with Nintendo and their gimmicks. Is in order to make the games for that specific gimmick, they have to develop a
Special
separate game than the game that they're releasing on the every other system,
It's not
and
just
it's a giant
replatforming it.
it's a giant pain in the ass. And companies like EA eventually lose interest because there just aren't enough systems out there. Now, the Switch has sold extremely well, and hopefully it continues to sell extremely well, so that companies don't give up on it.
Do we feel like the Switch has sold extremely well because of the Nintendo method of let's not make enough, make everyone go rabid for it,
No,
and
that's
keep it constantly
100%
sold out,
why
and
it's
then
so
I don't
eventually
think so.
accidentally saturate the market?
I disagree with that thought process, even though Nintendo is notorious for that. There's countless pieces of evidence, supporting that. I mean, even with those GameCube adapters for the Wii U, they didn't make a lot for whatever reason. But I think
To make us crazy and want to play like more Smash
I
Brothers.
guess.
And
I think it's different with this situation though, because for Nintendo, right now, the Switch is basically a cash grab. They're making profit off of every Switch sold. So I think their process or their thought process is let's make as many as we can right now and sell them, as quickly as we can. And then we can meet production later, as opposed to overproducing and having those systems sit on the shelf. So I think for right now, it's just about them making profit,
Which is known as the Wii U.
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. It's
So-
their model.
For them, they're trying to rebuild their their war chest, and I think right now it's just all about making as much profit as they can immediately to just make the books look better, investors feel better, and all that stuff. So I don't think it's an underproduction thing. I think it has to do with basically just a history of failure with the Wii U, and they're trying to remedy that. So
yeah, it was a weird misstep with the Wii U. It felt like just a clunky misstep.
Yeah, you couldn't see it coming, except for the fact that everyone saw it coming.
Yeah, no, the fact that you just couldn't get a replacement tablet controller was enough right there to go, maybe you guys
the fact
are doing
that when they
right.
announced it, they didn't have anyone making games for it.
Yeah, just throw it out there.
Or the fact that when they announced it, their other system that was a massive success had become a dismal failure. Signs. Signs.
Uh-oh, Martin healing out with facts on Nintendo.
I think the other thing, too, is that, when you have moms coming into a retail establishment and they say, they're asking about Nintendo's new console, and you say the Wii U, and they think that it's an extension of
the original Wii.
Yes, and it's an add-on.
Oh, my son already has one of those.
Exactly. That is the problem right there, the marketing, which, again, Nintendo kind of fixed with the Switch. I mean, everybody's already kind of talked about it.
They didn't just call it the Universe.
Yeah.
Like, that's their whole thing. They're selling the Nintendo Universe. Wii U is Universe. Why wouldn't you make it just the Universe?
My favorite piece of Nintendo marketing is when they were selling the Wii, and their commercial was two random Japanese men knocking on people's doors and saying, "Want to play?" Yeah. It's like, that's not...
they would present the controller.
That's not creepy at all.
I remember that. So, another thing, and I think they're just going to put this on every damn platform available, Rocket League is confirmed. It will be coming to the Switch.
Right, so
Skyrim right around the holiday.
Yeah, but that's all, again, as you said, they're going to put this on everything available.
Everything. Yeah. Just like you're saying, Skyrim is perfect. It just applies to everything. Yeah. It's very easily adaptable, and it's huge.
Make that money. I'm not sure with Rocket League if it's going to be cross-platform, but I know with Minecraft on the Switch, you'll be able to play with Xbox One and PC players.
Yeah, and they are. That's really cool. I like that. And Rocket League is working on that because Xbox One and PC is cross-compatible right now. So
there you go.
They are working on it. So, and Nintendo is, for all my hatred of Nintendo, and there's a lot
of it.
they are playing nice with that stuff, which is awesome because Sony is not, and they're dicks.
Speaking of Sony, we'll move on to Sony.
Okay.
God of War got a release date, looking at early 2018. Uh-oh. Martin's itching.
Oh, I'm sorry, I've never been a fan of those games.
Really?
And God of War 3 was
just
the worst.
When that first one came out, man, I could not contain myself.
The worst triple jump system ever.
That was a long E in that ever.
Yeah. Just constantly sending me down chasms. I am a God of War, but I cannot jump over a simple chasm.
I'm just thinking of that first scene, God of War 1. You wake up on the ship.
Yeah, the Hydra or whatever.
You got to fight the Hydra, and just that first time you see him whip those chains out and he's spinning
those games were,
and we've never really seen anything like that, really up to that date. Nothing like that.
Yeah. Those games are good. I
Mark 3 is better, but that's...
Yeah. I was not... I wasn't a Sony... I didn't have a PS2 at that point. I only had an Xbox, so I didn't play any of those games until much, much later. When I did play them, I enjoyed them, but... I don't know. I never got the hype personally.
Sony is really crushing it this console generation with their exclusives in general. They have made a ton of really, really good games, and it seems like they're not stopping, with this E3. So,
well, actually, that brings me into the next thing, talking about Destiny 2. While it isn't exclusive, it does have exclusive content.
Yes.
For the PS3.
Yeah, and
they did
that last time too.
He's healing up. We can feel it.
Activision.
Oh boy.
Screw them and their money-hungry butts.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to play Destiny 2.
Hate.
I have no problem with you, Activision. If you'd like to send us free video games to review, we may crap on them, but we will review them.
You can send us free video games to review, but you won't.
Don't listen to a word he's going to say.
Because you love money. You love money so much that you re-released Marvel Ultimate Alliance and Ultimate Alliance 2 on the Xbox One for $40 a piece. How old are those games?
Jesus.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, okay, we're done.
I think part 2, though, even... I remember going to look for it in the store, and even used, it was really expensive. Yeah. Is it an HD remastering, or is this just a port?
No, just a port.
Yeah.
They didn't...
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but they're the worst.
But the other criminal thing about that is that they didn't make the discs backwards compatible.
Nope.
So
Come on.
yeah, you
Yep.
have to buy the digital
Unique to
version.
the
Worst-
system. Oh, come
Worst
on.
company ever.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty weak. That's weak sauce.
As far as that goes, and Destiny is just Destiny. This is how Destiny worked. You played the hell out of it. You got your guy as powerful as could be, and then they updated it. And all of that work you did was for naught. Because now you got to work that much harder to get all more stuff. And also, all that money you had, yeah, well, that's all gone. Because now there's a new currency that you have to get. So that
So now, Chris, did you also play?
I did play Destiny a little bit, but I stopped because I got to a point in the game where I couldn't progress any further because I needed people to play with, to do raids and like the Vault of Glass and stuff like that. And the
Which
other
system were you playing on?
Xbox One.
Okay.
The other people that I knew that were playing the game already had like a dedicated group and everything like that. So there was no point of me playing the game anymore because I couldn't progress any further. I think I got to like level 22 or 23.
Kind of get to a cap.
It changed now. I know they fixed a lot of things, and I think they got rid of some of that stuff. And there's like the EXP system is better and all that good stuff. But
it's not worth it.
Yeah, I'm not playing it. But back to what Mark was saying about grinding and working for all that gear and then making it useless. That's every modern MMO.
It's true.
That's great.
Warcraft, Final Fantasy 11, Final Fantasy 14.
That's great. I'm not falling for it.
That's fine. I'm not.
And
I'm not going to play Destiny 2 either because of what they did with Destiny 1. Actually, that's not true. Activision, if you're watching and listening, the only way I will play Destiny 2 is if you come out and apologize for Destiny 1.
So you're not playing Destiny 2?
No, because the stuff that they're talking about what they're doing in Destiny 2 and all these improvements and these things should have been in the first one.
But they didn't want it. They didn't
How
want it.
can you come
So
out?
wait a minute. This sounds an awful lot like the recent WWE Women's Ladder Match. Why did you have to do it wrong the first time?
Yeah.
Couldn't you have just done it right the first time?
If you're creating a game and these people that are working on it are coming out saying we're working on a completely new story, it's not new if there was no story in the first one.
Yeah.
You want to know how they told you the story in Destiny?
Yep.
Through cards you had to collect.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Yeah. Oh, it was awful. And then what they did, the deal what they made with Sony was the people who bought it on PS3 got exclusive stuff, and it was supposedly timed exclusive. Well, they never released it for Xbox One. They finally started. They finally just. I think they finally are going to release it when Destiny 2 hits.
Mm-hmm.
But then now there's more free stuff for Sony.
So Destiny 2, Destiny
For
Child,
right? Exactly.
an all Beyonce cast.
Exactly.
Don't get me wrong. I think the gameplay and everything is going to be solid. I mean, with Bungie, the bullet play, the gunplay, the mechanics are all going to be solid. It's just I'm looking for more of the other end of the spectrum for video games when it comes to Destiny, especially how bad Destiny 1 was.
My complaints with Destiny are not about gameplay at all. My complaints with Destiny are execution and just bald-faced lying.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Yeah, I mean they
just calling people liars now.
Well, they did.
I'm sorry.
They came out and said
Activision, you're a bunch of liars.
They came out and said in the first one that your ship was going to mean something.
Yeah.
And when Destiny 1 launched, what did your ship mean? It was a load screen.
Yeah. It was how you got from planet to planet.
Something that you're going to look at all the time.
That's essentially what it was.
Yeah. So I think we'll move on to Ubisoft.
That was a loaded. Real quick.
Oh,
one of the things for PS4 that makes me really really want a PS4 is the exclusive Spider-Man game that Insomniac is making. I love Insomniac. I love everything they've ever done.
The trailer's available.
Yeah, Sunset Overdrive is great.
Sunset Overdrive is awesome.
And it kind of chafes that they're making the Spider-Man game and it's only available for Sony. It kind of sucks.
So do you when I type out the little blurb under your butt, do you want it to be GR8 or GRRRATE or how
GR8? Yeah, GR8.
GR8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just put a little Tony the Tiger there. let's break some.
Gotcha.
Let's break more logo laws.
The only thing I didn't like about the Spider-Man trailer was his suit.
Yeah, the
they made
suit is. I don't
logo
know why
white.
they. Yeah, I don't know why they remade the suit. It's kind of a weird design. Other than that, though,
It's so funny how
everything
many
else.
people are slamming on that because they go, then why don't you look at
Well, I don't
Homecoming? You didn't have to make it white.
Right, yeah.
I don't understand why they made it white, considering
not
the
the brand.
level. Well,
That's-
not even that, but the level design that they showed in the trailer is he's being super stealthy, and he's got this bright white logo. Like it's just
It's like being mugged by a sim in the middle of
Yeah,
the night. Like,
exactly.
You clearly see they're coming. They've got a giant thing over their head.
I don't understand that.
But other than that,
Looks good though.
yeah, it
Yeah,
looks really, really
it does
good. It
really
makes
good.
me want a PS4. There aren't very many games that I'm like, I have to play that. That's definitely one of them, though.
Yeah, I think Sony past the PS2 hasn't really been catching me on too many things. My PS3 is basically a Blu-ray player.
My PS3 is a paperweight.
Oh no, we watch WWE Network.
No, I don't. I watch WWE.
here we
Oh,
do.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. I watch WWE at work.
It
on
turns my
uh,
TV into a smart
Xbox One.
TV.
Like
Yeah.
I said, this console generation, though, I think Sony is killing it with the exclusives. I absolutely loved Until Dawn, which was a great horror movie.
Just note how
game.
biased you are because you're wearing PlayStation headphones.
It's true, yeah.
Which he got for free.
No, these ones I
okay.
did buy. I got the Xbox ones for free.
Oh,
though.
okay.
Yeah, so there you go.
Well,
So,
Exactly. Until Dawn was fantastic. If you like horror movies, it's a great game. Horizon Zero Dawn is another really good one. Nier Automata, Neo, the JRPGs that are out there, you know.
yeah, I have a
Tales-
few friends who are super
Yeah.
into the PS4 for exactly that. The JRPGs
Yeah.
are just where it's at. You're not going to get that on the One, and definitely never on the Switch.
No.
So-
Well, that's not true, because on the Switch you've got Disgaea 5. I mean, it is
Okay.
a re-release, but there are a
It is
few.
there.
Yeah, and the 3DS has a ton too.
The
so,
3DS is
yeah.
loaded with it, but as a main console versus
Yes.
the PS4, it doesn't
No.
even.
But who
doesn't even
knows?
register.
That might change. You know,
True.
like I said, Disgaea is on there, so you might.
What sells,
you might do
sells.
more.
They'll make more.
Yeah.
So Ubisoft.
yes.
All right, Ubisoft. Far Cry 5. We were saying it's got two
So
trailers.
good.
It's
Looks
looking
really good.
awesome.
But it's not till next year,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
It's a while off.
Yeah.
Beyond Good and Evil 2 is finally going to happen.
Yep.
Now, I love the original version way back when. Been kind of waiting seemingly forever.
Yeah.
I mean, this was when I was in art school, so 2004, I
Wow.
think it
Yeah.
was.
That was a while ago.
Beyond Good and
We
Evil
were
was
kids. We had a little bit more hair.
had hair. No, actually, no. 2004. I lost my hair when I was 22. It was a pretty tragic case. It just kind of happened all at once. So that was 2002. Yeah, I know. This from this guy. Yeah, well, grow this. Skull and Bones.
Now I feel bad.
You should. No, you shouldn't feel bad. You should just feel like less of a man.
I always feel like that.
You're in a beard sandwich.
Exactly.
So,
I just didn't pay for it this time.
Skull and Bones is
It's a pirate game.
a pirate
Pirates.
game. No?
Pirates.
Totally giving it a thumbs down.
I like that was my least favorite part of Black Flag. So why am I going to play an entire game
Okay.
that is that?
Which is interesting because you're super into Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves seems like fun
Yeah.
because everyone has the job on the ship and like everyone is all working together to try and do. This is just
If
a
everyone has a
pirate
job, I don't want to be the guy that gets to swap the poop deck.
game. Yeah. No.
Do you want to swap the poop deck?
Let us know.
Let us know in the comments.
There you go.
Are you a poop deck swabber?
Yeah.
So, like, share, and subscribe for future poop deck talk.
Exactly. And
We'll be doing
let us-
live poop deck talk.
Yes, and let us know at 5Live VP what your poop deck is like.
And
So-
with that live, it's actually hashtag 5Alive Live, and I think now it'll be 5Alive Live, the poop deck.
Yes,
Do
exactly.
you bleach your poop deck? That's another important question. We need to
Better
know.
answer, 'cause
Yeah,
we're
do
gonna
these
see it.
guys-
Look, he's going to see it anyways.
I need to know before any swabbing occurs.
So, hey, we have a new Assassin's Creed coming out.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
I know for a fact my wife is going to be pumped for this one. She's
Yeah.
a huge fan of the Assassin's Creed
I
stuff.
fell out with Black Flag, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Syndicate was good. I liked Syndicate.
I didn't play Syndicate.
Unity,
my
I
wife
haven't
played it.
and
Unity was the one that broke me. That's right. Unity was so bad.
my wife and our mutual friend Tim were playing the song or the game at the same time. So I'd come home to them singing sea shanties with each other.
That's awful.
Because it's just like, and then
Yeah.
I'd be down here playing with toys or whatever,
Yeah.
and then I hear from upstairs like, and
And
I just know it's both of them
Yeah,
like
yeah.
going yo ho ho when I'm out of that. Oh, I'm married.
That's awful.
This is one of those times where usually I go...
Dude, I'm just happy my wife doesn't play video games. It makes things so much easier.
Yeah, mine plays a lot more than me. You'd think I'd be the one, but I'm definitely not. She's the one. So, PC stuff. Not really a lot. I mean, basic stuff. Age of Empires is going to have a new version. We're going to get a new Forza for PC. Looks cool.
I'm not a huge fan of the Forza Motorsports games, but Forza Horizon, that franchise is fantastic. So yeah, the soundtrack is great. The challenges they put in the game are amazing. So maybe, even though I don't support the Motorsports franchise, if they keep pumping out Horizons, I will buy and play.
Now, what is it that makes Horizon? I haven't played
Horizon's a lot
more.
So Forza is more of a simulation.
Turismo, right?
Yes.
Right. Forza's a simulation. Horizon's a lot more over the top and crazy.
Motorsport is about the car.
Right.
So if you're super into tuning and making your car to a certain spec and however you want it, down to the gear ratio, Motorsport is your game, and it is more of a simulation. It's more realistic. Horizon is more about the driving and experience.
So it's like Need for Speed.
Yeah, it's open world.
It's fun to play.
Yep, you drive around, you do whatever races you want. You can find cars to fix up and everything like that. There's specific challenges that are hidden throughout the world that you do, and that they all have different requirements. And what's even cool about Horizon 3 is that you can make challenges now. So I can make a blueprint challenge, and I can share it and have Martin try to do it.
Does it apply to the same rules as Super Mario Maker, where you have to actually beat your challenge to publish your challenge?
Yep.
Okay. That's the crazy thing. When you see people playing those Mario levels and you go, wait, someone really did that. Like, that's a person.
Someone actually
that's a person going like this, and I think you need a special controller sometimes.
The Horizon series is definitely a great... This is what I tell people when they ask me about Horizon, the Horizon series. It's a racing game that's not a racing game.
Okay,
that's really what it is.
It's like Burnout, like the classic Need for Speeds.
Yeah, it's just
they're
more
games
arcade
everyone can play.
Yeah,
more of an exhibition mode.
Exactly.
So I think we move on to Bethesda.
Yeah,
which we had briefly talked about earlier. Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah, I'm super excited about Wolfenstein. The more I see it, the more I'm getting excited for it. They're doing a lot of the same stuff from the first one with that kind of, they call it Jamaicana. So instead of...
That's the Jamiroquai.
Yes, that's
Jamiroquai. Kid Rock team up.
It's my favorite thing ever.
I like it.
Yeah, you have to have the furniture moving and all different.
Yep, exactly.
And then a total scumbag.
Exactly.
Just right in the middle of the room.
And then shooting animals and screaming nonsense words.
And don't forget hepatitis C.
Oh,
Sue, Elder Scrolls. No, seriously though, on Wolfenstein 2, the first one was amazing.
Yeah.
Just awesome to relaunch like that.
Yeah, and you know what they did with that game where they had the reworked song titles and like albums. Instead of like the Beatles, it was the German word for the Beatles, and instead of the Yellow Submarine, it was the Das Blau U-boat, which is the Blue Submarine.
The Blue Submarine.
Yeah. They're doing the same kind of thing with that in the new Colossus. Instead of Lassie, it's Liesel the Kampferhund, and so that's like the war dog, and it's like this huge.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's one of those huge robotic dogs too, like from the first one.
Oh, that's
so it's
great.
not even it's not even like a German Shepherd.
Lassie was.
Oh, I'm sorry. A Kampferhund. A Kampferhund is a
German Shepherd.
Yeah, but. It's not a German Shepherd. It's the
giant robot dog.
Giant robot dog, I guess, saving people and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm super excited for that. It looks amazing. There are some characters that are in there that were from the first one that I thought were dead or didn't make it. So I'm looking forward to seeing.
No body, no death.
Yeah. I've never finished the first one.
I'm
at the boss battle and I can't beat it.
Yeah.
So we spoke earlier. Nintendo Switch is going to get Elder Scrolls. It just seems like every system's going to get this.
Dude, I can't wait for Elder Scrolls on my microwave. I need it. I need that.
I hear the next thing they're working on is the screen above the urinal.
Oh, there you go.
Nice. So just role playing.
Yep, exactly.
It's funny because Crza's roommate would be a level 60 in like a week.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Wow.
He'd be like, but I didn't see you go into the urinal even once. How are you a 60? While he's also playing Wolfenstein 2.
Oh,
Exactly.
sure.
All right, so we have The Evil Within 2. We got
Yeah.
a trailer for that.
Yeah, that looks
October
good,
13th,
too.
that's going to be coming out. And actually, Fallout 4 VR. That looks cool.
There's also Doom VR.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was the Doom VFR are going to be later this year. It's probably, as always, fourth quarter.
I don't
Somewhere
have
mid-fourth
I don't have
quarter.
VR anything.
Yeah, neither do I. It's I'll have to go over to a friend's house and just.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm gonna sleep over your house.
I know a few people that do have the Sony VR for the PlayStation and absolutely love it. They loved Resident Evil 7 in full VR. Thought it was, from what I understand, Resident Evil just playing through the PS4 is about an 8 out of 10 rating. In VR, it's 9.
I can only
just
imagine
goes
it's
up,
pants shittingly amazing.
Yeah. I guess it's very immersive.
I can only imagine. I mean, because the headphones are multi-driver headphones, so you're getting noises from absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
Oof, God, I don't want to play that. I don't.
Yeah, no,
I don't want to. I don't want to do
That's like
that.
something I want to do.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
I'm home from work. Let's relax by getting the shit scared out of me.
By peeing my pants for the next 4 hours, I am gonna relax.
Never understood that.
Jeez, you gotta wonder, like, on those things. I'd really like to see there's probably YouTube videos of people wearing, like, heart monitors and stuff just to see,
yeah.
like, what happens. And it's got to be just off the
Yeah,
charts.
just,
can't even
I don't
imagine.
get the jump scare stuff. I
Me
just
either.
don't understand.
I love it. I love it.
And,
I love horror animes. I love horror games. I love horror movies.
Well, it's interesting coming. We may have to bring Crza in on our 1980s thing that
Yes,
we're doing then because
we are mired in the 80s horror glut.
So actually,
best.
before we go on to our next company, we'll actually talk about some other things that we've done recently, and we do have a 1980s series coming up where me and Martin will both be going over why the 80s ruled.
And why the 80s sucked.
So
and why they were okay.
Chris is just middle of the road. He just like, hey, it was fun.
Pick a side.
I had a tan,
Middle of the
I had a tan
road.
pair of pants. They were good. They worked. So, but yeah, we are debating both sides of the argument.
Yes.
You're taking the it sucked, I'm taking the it ruled, and we're discovering repeatedly that you cannot shake two things. Friday the 13th and Olivia Newton-John are the two things that you just can't get away from in the 80s.
Now, if they remake Friday the 13th with Olivia Newton-John as the killer,
Jason's mom is Olivia Newton-John.
Oh.
yeah, I'm mailing that idea to myself.
And well, what's even funnier is I guess that means in the second or third movie you see a headless or her head on a table.
Now I'm happy.
Exactly.
rotting.
Because that's actually how it is in the Friday the 13th game when you get to Jason's cabin.
New Line Cinema,
Yeah.
whoever owns Jason at this point.
Yeah,
What's up, dude?
Yeah.
Olivia Newton-John.
It's actually the original creator still owns the rights now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they developed back to him, which is how the video game ended up
That's
happening.
how we get the game.
Yep.
Okay.
So, Project Scorpio has a name.
Yes.
Xbox One X.
It is sexy.
That's a lot of X's.
X gonna
That's
give it to you.
three
You gotta
X's.
put a picture of DMX.
Oh, dude.
DMX right up in there.
What's actually really funny is that just to go off on a side note on here, when my daughter was just born and she would have the nights where she wouldn't sleep and I have to walk up and down the hallway with her and rock her, she likes, at that time, hip-hop. So it was the Fat Boys and Run DMC
Nice.
and the Beastie Boys. And then one day, just in this playlist, X Go and Give It To You popped up. But now, naturally, at this point, she's only like a month and a half, 2 months old. So it just starts playing, and I'm out of my mind, tired. I'm not paying attention to what's happening. And then I realize I'm bouncing her to this song. And then I'm like, it's the dirty version. Uh-oh. So, here's the thing about DMX songs. Even when they're clean, you're still like, dude.
Like, all right,
Who's this
come on.
clean for? Okay, I guess you didn't say you're going to kill somebody and rape their corpses, but you've... All right. Past DMX, it's going to be $500 for the Xbox One X.
Yes, I'm excited for the system. I'm a little disappointed by the price. I get why they put it at that price because of the hardware that's inside, but as a consumer, I just would have liked it at $400. I think that's
Yeah, it seems like an easier number to deal with.
Not even that, but I think it's a tough pill for early adopters of the Xbox to swallow because we spent $500
Exactly.
on the
spent
original.
$500.
I've already
Yes.
spent my $500.
Yeah.
And now they want us to spend another $500 on an upgrade.
5 years later.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, pretty much.
that's tough.
Not even.
Yeah, not
It
even.
hasn't even been 5 years. It's been, what, like 3.5, 4
3.5,
years?
4 maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I think by the time
It'll be
the
4.
One X, it'll be 4. So it's just tough.
That's too fast. And when you look at the distance between the Xbox, the Xbox 360, and then the amount of time it took for us to get to the Xbox One, I mean, we're looking at 10 years. Almost.
I think with the One X, we're
least.
finally actually getting the version they wanted to build back then. But. And which always happens, they always come out with an upgraded version.
Sounds like a Nintendo issue.
This one,
how we got from Wii to the Switch.
Right, but this one, I think this one is truly upgradable. So I think this will be the last one for a bit, and I think that's why they went with the $500.
The other problem I have with this is we're at the point now where the power arms race between Sony and Xbox is so huge. Where do we go next?
Well, I think that's the next battleground. The next battleground is the gimmick.
And truth is, I was just recently having this conversation, whatever. I don't think that the next step is VR. The next step is AR mixed with VR.
Exactly. Which is where Microsoft is headed.
Yes. And I think Pokemon Go really showed us, like, wait a minute, this could be cool. There's something here. And now mix it with combination of augmented reality, throw in some virtual backgrounds on your already augmented reality, and you're going to have some really cool stuff. So I think VR is a fun investment, but the real investment's augmented.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. It's just...
As I say it, I think of the Black Mirror episode where the dude...
Oh, God.
Just, man. That's an awesome episode. If anyone's watching this,
definitely
watch Black Mirror's augmented reality. I think it's season 3,
just watch all of Black
episode
Mirror.
3.
Just watch all of it.
Yeah. And cry.
Yeah.
And give
just
up
feel
hope
bad
in
about
humanity.
yourself. And
where we're going.
Whoa, we're supposed to have hope in humanity?
No, somewhere in there.
No, we had it. Black Mirror robbed it.
I took it away. All right, so we have
a ton of stuff coming up.
One big thing, Crackdown 3.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Cannot wait.
Fun stuff.
But not till next year. So.
And then
at least with Crackdown 3, they're showing off what the One X can do with it. So that I'm okay with that announcement, because they gave the specs and they showed what you could do with the servers and the destructible environment with the One X versus the One and everything like that. So I give that one a little bit of a pass. But I was, interested in again seeing what the One X is going to be able to do with that.
Sorry, I just came across some Cuphead pictures.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's just so
it's
cool.
It's insanity. EA announced, or BioWare announced their new game, and that was called. What the hell was that called?
I have no
It's called
idea.
Anthem.
Anthem.
Yes, it was called Anthem, which looked really, really good. I'm a horrendous BioWare mark, so.
Wow, do we find something that Martin actually?
I think so.
Oh no, I'm a
Can
terrible
we find something
BioWare
that he
mark.
hates about it though? Like we'll find the one thing and it'll just
Mass Effect
Effect 3.
Andromeda.
Mass Effect 3.
I was gonna say Andromeda.
Yeah, no, Andromeda I didn't hate.
Okay.
I felt like it was a job at a certain point. Like Andromeda felt
That's
like
fun, right?
Felt like a chore. And
in Soviet Russia, playing Mass Effect Andromeda.
Exactly, plays you. So yeah, that was my issue with Andromeda. It didn't suck me in like every other Mass Effect. I just felt like I have to get through this so I can move on to something
I thought
else.
the multiplayer was fantastic.
Multiplayer, as usual, is great.
I had a
Unfortunately,
blast
no
playing
one's ever playing it. So
I had a blast. Well, yeah, I mean, it's because if you can pry me away from Titanfall 2.
and no one else.
Oh man,
It's such a small player base.
I don't care.
It is an awesome game that I have spent many a night with you on. Yeah. But it is,
So we'll move on to EA because now we're starting to get into developers and things are going to get a little muddy with what systems they're coming out for and things. So EA is always the same stuff every year. Madden, FIFA.
I am looking forward to Madden this year, though, with the long shot story and everything.
Madden looks really, really good.
Here's the thing.
Wow.
I'm a sports games player. I love FIFA.
I see you playing FIFA and hockey, but never a football game.
I used to here's a little backstory. I used to love the college football games.
I remember Darren was
they were so great.
We would do online dynasties.
They were
and
so
play
awesome
through 15 seasons of these schools that we chose and everything like that. So unfortunately, when they're not doing the college football games anymore, the only way for me to get my football video game fix besides soccer, is
that's all of the footballs.
Is for you European listeners out there, football calling it.
They're viewers. You viewers, you dummy.
No,
they're viewers. There's no Europeans.
Oh,
and you're fired.
So, to get my football fix, I have to play Madden. And even though I did not like Madden 25, which I get why it was bad, because it was one of those first hybrid games that was on the 1 and the 3 and 360 and the PS3 and the PS4.
And those never work.
Yeah, exactly. I can understand why it didn't pan out. But the improvements that they made with 15 and 16, I really liked. One year they focused on defense, the next they focused on offense. So I thought that was pretty cool. They focused on both sides of the ball in different years, and was able to make them do different things and change on the fly and all that good stuff. But this year they're adding in that single player story that every sports game has now. So even though they're already behind the curve, they're at least finally being like, okay, everybody else is doing this. We need to get on that. But the story looks interesting. I'm definitely excited.
You're just excited because he plays for Texas.
Oh, that too. Hook 'em horns and all that good stuff. I am excited that he plays for the University of Texas, but I am excited for the story as well. I'm also looking forward to the FIFA 17 storyline, because that's going to carry over.
That storyline was great.
Yes.
Yeah,
there's another GR8 for you, right?
Exactly.
Are you a skater boy too? Like, you've been hanging out with Avril Lavigne or some shit? Like, what happened?
God, I'd forgotten about that person.
Clearly you haven't, Mr. Brewery.
I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed playing them for free thanks to EA Access.
Yeah,
yet another great thing.
And the storyline from FIFA 17 is going to, FIFA 18 is going to carry over from FIFA 17. So
exactly.
That's really cool.
And I think a lot of people were skeptical about that too, because they're like, oh, they're going to make you buy FIFA 17. But if you have EA Access,
you don't have to do anything.
You get 17 for free, play it, play the story, and then move on to 18.
What was and of course the great thing for EA, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Looks amazing. The first one blew me away. The second one's going to be even better.
The first one was good. Better. It was very shallow. It didn't have a lot to it. It was
need to be.
Gorgeous though. Yeah. And
but you got to fly ships, you got to fight on the ground, you got to jump into weird vehicles, you got to. It kind of touched all the bases for me, at least.
But
I'm terrible at those. Story, I'm terrible at that type of game, but I actually really enjoyed Star Wars enough to where I could play competently, and I felt like I was on a level battleground, despite the fact that I was playing against people who were much better than me in other games. This one, for maybe in its simplicity, made it so there was kind of like a skill cap.
Yeah,
I guess at one point.
Well, the more you do something, the better you get at it. So,
which is why Crza is so good at Titanfall too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So we got Madden, Need for Speed Payback. It's just the Fast and Furious clone.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's just meh.
Very meh. That's there really wasn't all that much. I mean, I think we're good.
I'm trying. Yeah,
you got 2K18, basketball and wrestling,
and WWE 2K18 with Seth Rollins on the cover. Yeah. It's going to be fun. I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to wait to get it for free.
Yeah, or
when it comes around on Xbox,
a deep discounted price. Yeah,
just like we do with all the 2K17s or whatever.
Oh, and the other game that they didn't show a lot of because it's actually coming out very soon is a game I'm super looking forward to. I'm looking forward to being disappointed by. It's called Agents of Mayhem. It's,
all right. What's that about? I haven't seen that one.
Made by Volition, who make the Saints Row games. Some of my favorite games, and they it's.
You were talking about that. You said around Saints Row 3, they just kind of embraced insanity.
Well, there was a when it comes to the Saints Row games and the Grand Theft Auto games, they both started as very similar, and then they came to a fork of the road, and Grand Theft Auto went with realism and having your cousin call you all the time and annoy the piss out of you, and Saints Row 3 went, let's just beat people with giant purple dildos. So I prefer the game that Martin beat people with giant purple dildos.
With Martin, dildos always win over
I just read
calls, I
this.
guess.
Seagate is releasing an 8 terabyte game drive hub that is going to basically hold everything you've ever owned forever.
Yeah, that'd be nice because I'm running out of room.
We blew through 500 gigs fast.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I have a 3 terabyte external drive connected to my Xbox.
Yeah, I have a terabyte too. I have a terabyte myself, and I'm still hitting the cap.
Exactly. Still,
but Agents of Mayhem is a it's a third-person shooter, and you work as a 3-man team, and you can switch out the different people of the team automatically. They're all different characters. They all have different abilities and quirks and stuff. And like everything Volition does, it has their trademark sense of humor and everything. So,
and it takes place in Korea, Seoul, Korea.
Yes, takes place in
cool.
South Korea.
Really
Yep.
So it could get a little weird.
I know we already kind of touched on Activision or like that, but we did skip out on one of the big titles for the holiday season, the new Call of Duty.
That is true.
Yeah, because they're bringing back the boots on the ground. I know a lot of people are excited about that. Getting rid of the exosuit and all that stuff. I don't know if I'm going to play it. Maybe if I get it for free, I will play it. I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna buy it. But at least Activision, or at least Call of Duty is kind of bringing back that old school feel. Even though I think they just kind of ripped off Battlefield, especially
Battlefield 1.
Battlefield 1, because
I
I think they saw how popular Battlefield 1 was, and going back to that World War I era, so like, hey, let's just go back to World War II. There's bayonet charges in there that I saw. It
is a soulless company that is
that
has not a creative bone in its body. And I can't wait until a week after Call of Duty World War II comes out when you can put weed stickers on everything.
It's just... I mean, how long did it take them to put
Hey.
They're gonna like hate. Yeah. I don't know.
Buck nasty. So I think that pretty much wraps up E3 for us.
Yeah,
gotta go home. Put some water in Buck Nasty's mama's dish.
I know it's been a few weeks since E3, has come around, so I think we were able to kind of like marinate on everything.
Yeah, sit back and
is everybody still kind of hyped about what they were excited for right at the first, launch and everything like that? Or are they still?
Yeah, no, this was definitely good.
And I apologize, but we totally missed one game that I'm totally buying. South Park. The Fractured Butthole.
Oh, the Fractured Butthole.
Yes. I loved the first one. I cannot wait for this one.
So good.
And I love the fact that Trey Parker and Matt Stone are so deeply involved in it, they actually pushed it back because it just wasn't going to be ready.
I actually made sure that when I got Stick of Truth that I got it on Steam, so I can then bring it everywhere with me, no matter if it's on my Surface or if it's on this or if it's on my desktop.
It's great. I love the Stick of Truth, and I cannot wait for this new one. So,
all right.
And one of the few RPGs I've played through to completion. Most of them.
There are a few things you can do to completion.
Yeah, I couldn't even get through that sentence. So there you go.
Yeah, the sentence is the primary cause of its problems.
So if you like what you see here, make sure you let us know in the comments below. Make sure you click like, share, subscribe. If you subscribe, you'll be made aware of our live shows, which we have some coming up.
Yeah.
And
let us know what you're excited for.
Exactly. 5Alive VP and Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Anything else?
I have to collect them all on the Switch. Be funny, stupid. We are 5Alive. I'm BobbyT.
I can't. We touched hands and then just lost it.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2.